Atlanta-based Delta Airlines gave us an inside look at its renovated flight museum near Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Well, after nearly 2 years of work, curators reimagined 68,000 square feet of space inside two original 1940s era hangars, offering a front row seat to Delta's aviation legacy. While some exhibits, like the iconic Spirit of Delta 767, remain, others are brand new, including the Colors of Delta exhibit, showcasing 288 items from Delta's family of airlines acquired through different mergers.
There were 5 major mergers within Delta through the years, and within those 5 major mergers, which included Chicago and Southern, Western, Northeast, Northwest, and Pan Am, and they acquired other airlines through that time, and so there's about 40 of them.
And this marks the museum's second major renovation since it first opened 30 years ago. As Delta celebrates its centennial, the museum opens to the public on April 7th.